What if there was one thing you could do every day that nobody would notice that would guarantee a total personal transformation? It won't happen overnight, but it won't take long. Let's get to it. Hey, I'm Liam, CEO and founder of Selfmastered, a peak performance training company that transforms entrepreneurs into elite performers that can achieve in one day what they previously achieved in 1 week. I've coached and trained hundreds of entrepreneurs and invested in 37 of them. Today I want to talk about something that I believe is going to be very useful to you. And it never really occurred to me until one of our clients asked in our community, right? And I'm talking about the power of self-talk. Self-talk is undoubtedly one of the fastest hacks that you can deploy in your life to transform your performance. It is one of the core tenets of elite performance. Self-talk, visualization, meditation, and a couple of other strategies really make up the bulk of how we train entrepreneurs to be at their best at all times on all fronts. But if I had to choose one thing only, to really deliver outstanding transformation in a short amount of time, it would be self-talk. As a quick rule of thumb, all self-talk that is not aligned with how you would talk to your best friend is not encouraging enough. You always need to be your first supporter. Now, why is mastering your self-talk so important? Because there's no way around the fact that you will always have your self-talk. Even expert meditators that are fully aware of how the mind works, that may have ascended in their consciousness level, still have that self-talk. There's no way of quieting the mind. The Buddhists call it the monkey mind. So we better learn how to tame it. If for whatever reason you suddenly realize you are your worst enemy, you are talking to yourself like you would never talk to someone else, let me show you how to fix it through a strategic journaling. But before we dive into how to do it, like, subscribe, and share the video with someone else you suspect may be having negative self-talk. It truly is important to master this. Now, why do I call this strategic journaling? Because the key to mastering self-talk is limiting the negative self-talk. And your negative self-talk will arise depending on the emotional scars that you have within. An emotional scar is a scar you have in your mind based on a past experience that you haven't fully processed. Something that makes you feel insecure, you're afraid of, or you just feel you're not good enough. For whatever reason, at some point in your life, you experienced something that created a lasting bad impression in your psyche. And your negative self-talk will reappear every time your current experience touches that emotional scar. How can you eliminate this negative self-talk? Every time you encounter something that creates that negative self-talk, guess what? Journal the exact opposite stream of thoughts that you're having. Here's how you do it. Step 1, identify when does your self-talk becomes harsh, because most times that self-talk is neutral, but at sometimes it will turn sour. Identify that. 2, map out the triggers. What made you start talking to yourself like you would never talk to someone else? What triggered it? Step 3, intentionally journal an ideal internal monologue for every time you get triggered under the same challenging conditions. Step 4, read this script out loud at least once every month, but ideally more frequently, ideally once a week. If you do this consistently, you will find out that all those emotional scars and wounds that you may still have start to vanish, and you start feeling more in peace. You start becoming more in control of your inner monologue. So every time you are under pressure, every time things start feeling hard, you will be in control, because you will understand that there's an alternative that you have scripted, that you have total control over. This is one secret hack that you can start using to go from average to elite performance, and nobody will notice, because nobody knows what's going on inside of your mind. And if you want to be a champion in your life, start by being a champion in your mind. See you in the next video.